Today I'm going to talk about self-expression, expressing myself. In the context of art, self-expression is normal. In other contexts, it's not so normal. What is self-expression? I would say that self-expression is about revealing yourself to other people. And artists do this through medium. I'm doing this now through digital medium. I'm being an artist right now. So in terms of functionality, what is the purpose of self-expression? Well, I think that it brings people together. I think that if one person can show who they are, reveal themselves to another person, then the other person is able to trust them. And trusting means you can work with this person. And so you can achieve a practical goal with this person. And if both people are expressing themselves to each other, then we have a mutual trust. And if we have a mutual trust, we have a very practical and real possibility for collaboration to achieve things that no individual could achieve on their own. But outside the artistic context, do we really express ourselves? I would say we partially express ourselves. We may give an opinion, but at some point we shut down. And this point varies between person and culture to culture. But because of the shutdown of self-expression, we also have, therefore, a shutdown of trust. We are no longer able to trust people if we don't know them. And we can't know them unless they express themselves. So, if people have a tendency not to express themselves in a culture, then that culture will not work very effectively. The members will not be able to come together to achieve more than what they would be able to achieve on their own. Now, we have replaced this basic human aspect quite a lot with money, so that people can come together, not exactly trust one another, but know that we are equally motivated by money. And therefore, there is some sense of trust in the sense that we understand that human nature, or part of human nature, is to accumulate. So we have artificial systems in place to circumnavigate this issue. But what those artificial systems do, and it's not just money, by the way, this very medium that I'm using right now, social media, starts to replace actual socialization, face to face. We no longer have to trust each other on social media. Everything is recorded. No one can really hurt you. They might hurt your feelings, but you don't have to listen to people. So we have another form of technology in place to substitute or make up for the fact that we need to trust one another in order to function as a group. Recently, I was invited to something called an anti-casting. You'll know who you are if you invited me, thank you. The idea of the anti-casting was like a casting, so you would apply to be in a film or in a production or something, and you would go and you would do a casting and you would pretend to be some character, and on the basis of how well you were able to pretend to be a character, then whatever director, I don't know how this business works, but whoever would make a decision and decide whether to include you in their production. However, this thing is an anti-casting. I haven't gone yet, I've only been invited. The idea of the anti-casting was that I should be myself and give my views and opinions. So it's anti-casting. Casting is where you pretend to be someone else. Anti-casting is where you be yourself. And it occurred to me that really, in my regular life, I do not have that permission to fully be myself. It has not been given to me, and I am not giving it to myself. There is a fear that if I give myself permission to fully be myself around someone, that is to say, to express everything about what's happening in that moment inside my mind, outside my mind in some way, then it may freak people out. And I'm protecting them by not doing that, by only showing part of myself, I'm protecting other people. But I think it would be cool to have relationships with people where you are able to give the other person permission to fully be themselves, and that you would both agree to do that. I'd like to have a label for this type of relationship, because it seems to me that it's beyond friendship. It's even beyond romantic friendship, because even in romantic friendships you kind of try to show the best side of yourself. I'd like to have a label for this state of level of friendship, a conscious, expressive friendship. And I guess I would like to encourage people out there to enter into these types of friendship. But you have to get consent. Both people would have to consent to this. Now, when I turn up to this anti-casting, I will feel liberated because I have been given permission to be myself. I wonder if the person doing the anti-casting will want the same permission. I will offer it and see what happens. So these are my thoughts on the importance of self-expression. I'm Martin Clewitt, talking to you from the UK, near some trees. Have a lovely day.